Some of the coldest air of the season is set to move into the Great Lakes region over the next 5 to 10 days. On the video here, we're going to break down what exactly we're going to see in the state, but also we have some snow chances in the mix as well. Over the next 48 hours, we could see areas in the state top 1 foot of snow with lake effect kicking up over the next several days. Let's break down the video today. Before we dive in fully, let's kick it to Chandler with today's sponsor.
Today's daily video sponsor is American Arbor. American Arbor joined the Michigan Storm Chasers partnership team in 2025. They're based in Three Rivers, Michigan. Their team has provided quality tree services to property owners all across Southwest Michigan. They offer tree removal services, tree trimming, tree health care, and stump grinding and more. There's almost no tree service that American Arbor can't provide. Their contact information will be linked in the video description down below, and you can visit their website at americanarbor.net, or you can call their office at 269-244-8524. And be sure to tell them that Michigan Storm Chaser sent you. Back to you, Ryan.
Thank you, Chandler, for that. Let's go ahead and start as always here with our temperatures in the state of Michigan. Videos getting out to you guys a little bit later on today. So high temps, as you're watching this around the afternoon to evening time frame, right around the teens. 20 degrees is the warmest we're going to be in the state up in the Thumb region, Alpena region. Otherwise, a lot of us here in the mid to upper teens. In the UP, congratulations, you guys are today's cold spot up there by the Ironwood area where 5 degrees is currently being shown at 6 p.m. today, Sunday, January 18th. This is the start of an Arctic air mass that is bringing some of the coldest air of the season to us in the region here around Michigan. By late tonight into Monday morning, our neighbors across the pond are seeing temperatures, actual air temperatures below zero here. Even the UP, if you're in that grayish white color, congratulations, you guys are below zero. Otherwise, to wake up tomorrow morning on your way to work, the large majority of us in lower Michigan are going to be right around the 10 to 15 degree mark. And then in the UP, right around 5 to 10 degrees is the going average there for the UP. Now, as the day goes on and as we move into Tuesday morning, Monday night, Tuesday morning, these below zero temperatures will start to creep in. And by overnight Monday into Tuesday morning, we see a large area of Michigan below zero for the actual air temperatures. If you're in the UP, you are all below zero up there. Unless you're by Lake Superior, then you're a bit protected by that. Otherwise, negative 10 to about negative 20 is going to be the air temperature for you guys up there for a large chunk of that region. If you're in lower Michigan, you guys have right around negative 5 or so as your lowest temperature. Again, if you live by a lake, you guys are being protected by the coldest air here. But with the wind chills, let's look at those real quick because wind chills are going to affect everybody here in the state. So as we move into tonight into Monday morning, by tomorrow morning, the entire state of Michigan is, not entire state, but almost the entire state of Michigan is below zero for the wind chills. Up in the UP, negative 20 being shown there, 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. This will get worse. As we move into the day on Monday, we're all below zero. There's not one exception. Even by lake shores, wind chills are well below zero. As we move this into Monday night and Tuesday morning, wind chills could dive as low as negative 35 degrees in portions of the UP. Also, elsewhere across the LP, we are negative 10 to negative 20 below for the wind chills overnight into the Tuesday morning time frame. That will continue on. The model ends here, hour 48, Tuesday at 7 a.m. These wind chills will continue on the day on Tuesday. Wednesday warms just a tad bit, but then we're right back into cold Thursday and Friday. So, aside from the cold, we do have a little bit of snow to talk about. What I mean by a little bit, we actually have a lot of snow to talk about for areas in the state. So lake effect snow with this incoming Arctic air tonight, it kicks up the lake effect for the UP and western lower Michigan. That will continue all day, all night tonight, all day Monday into Tuesday morning as well. We're looking at accumulations with the snow to be quite significant in nature. By the time we get to Monday morning, we have several inches on the ground across the US 131 corridor as well as up in the UP. 1 to about 5 inches or so is the going rate, and some lake effect snow further to the east as well, over toward Detroit Metro. We could see lake effect snow showers drift inland, a good nice coating of snow here for the state. But if you live in the lake effect belt, you guys are just getting started here. Now, let's go ahead and move into the day on Monday. This snow continues to pile up into Tuesday morning. By the time Tuesday sunrise, 7 a.m. or so, rolls around, snow totals for areas on the West Michigan shoreline and the northern half of the UP are topping 8+ inches, with some areas topping a foot of snow in some spots there. But also take note, we push it further east. We have some banding taking shape along the Lansing to Detroit region, where we could get localized areas of 1 to 4 inches of snow even on the east side of the state throughout this time period of late tonight through the day on Tuesday. So we have some snow coming for a large area of the state. Significant snow for lake effect belts possible. Otherwise, a nice coating for everybody involved here. That wind will also be cranking, not too gusty, but still gusty enough that we have to mention it. As we move into Monday morning, wind gusts as much as 30 to 40 miles per hour are possible across the state of Michigan out of the west-northwest, blowing to the east-southeast. So those lake effect bands could have blizzard-like conditions in some spots, as well as low visibility if you're out on the roads traveling. So be mindful of that if you are on the roads, primarily for those lake effect belts throughout the day on Monday into Tuesday, but also be prepared for some snow squalls and snow bands even further east toward that Detroit metro and Flint region, as those will drift across with these gusty winds. Winds will continue all throughout Monday. Tuesday lets up just a tad bit, but otherwise 10 to 15 miles per hour sustained, with gusts up to 30 to 35 possible throughout this time frame beginning tonight into the day on Tuesday. That is your short-term forecast. Let's look at long-term here, mid-range actually. Long-term is more so future. Let's look at the mid-range. What's coming up midweek to late week this week? Wind chills, as I mentioned here, Monday, Tuesday, really bad here. European model being shown here. Wind chills are below zero for several hours, 2 days straight really. Wednesday, I did mention a warm-up possible. Here's Wednesday's wind chills. We're right around 15 degrees there for South Michigan. UP doesn't really get a break up there. North and lower just above zero for there. Wednesday warms up just a bit, but then, as I mentioned, Thursday brings a return back, and by the time we get to Friday morning, check out these wind chills on the European here. Now, this might be overdone just slightly, but it just goes to show you the air is not, the Arctic air, the cold air is not going anywhere here, and current wind chills on the European for Friday are being shown in the general region of -30 to -50 if you're in Wisconsin and Minnesota over there, below zero. So really, really cold air is coming to Michigan later this week, but also we're starting to get moving tonight. So next week or so, it is Michigan winter. Snow chances as well mix in. We are in that winter-like pattern that will continue for the entire week ahead of us. Looking at the long term now, looking at future systems here, we have the passing clipper today into Monday. I'll spark lake effect snow for some areas. Another system moves in here for Wednesday. Thursday continues the lake effect snow. Friday, another system passes through. And then our attention, as we've been mentioning here for the past several videos and several days here, we're tracking that January 25th, 24th-ish time frame for a bigger system somewhere in the eastern U.S. That could be us here in the Great Lakes. It could be for our friends to the east and the northeast coast. It could be for the Ohio Valley region. Right now, based on current trends, we're getting closer now. We still see signs of a bigger system. However, there is a lot of high pressure that is keeping the jet stream pointed southward, keeping us in that Arctic air. But with that Arctic air over us, it also sends the active jet stream, the active storm track to our south here. So currently, this system is being shown to impact portions of the Tennessee valleys and even parts of the deep south. Now, that can and likely will shift and change. This is not a locked-in forecast here, but right now that system appears to be to our south and to our east. So right now, no major concerns for impacts for that system late this month here, but it will be impactful for those that do see it. We see a large area of snow here, as well as some ice and even some rain as a possibility here. At this point, it's locking down the exact track and exact path of this system. It still could bounce back up into Michigan. Don't rule it out just yet. But right now, current indications are that it stays off to our south and to our east here, missing us for this upcoming weekend time frame. With that being said, as we just talked about, Arctic air will wrap up the week here. We are well below average here for our temperatures. Teens and 20s and even some single digits will be the outcome of the next 7 to 10 days here in the state of Michigan. This is based out of Lansing here. We're seeing several days well below average temperatures. That will continue for the long term as we end the month of January and start the new month ahead of us in February. With that said, that is today's video. Wrapping it all up. Prepare for cold air. Now is a good time to buy some hand warmers, get blankets in your car, phone chargers. Make sure your essential emergency kit is put together just in case. Also plan for ongoing snow across the state of Michigan for the next couple of days. With that said, I will catch you on a live stream tonight, 7 o'clock with Joel. And then tomorrow's daily video, we'll have it coming your way a little bit later on the day there as well for Monday. With that being said, I am Ryan signing off. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.